What is up, you all? We're back with another Stranger Things Season 5 video. So recently at the Netflix To Them event, we got the date announcements and we got some first looks of Stranger Things Season 5, basically like a teaser trailer. We're about to talk about what we seen and what it could possibly mean. But before we get into it, definitely smash the like button because it definitely helps, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. So to get into this, we find out that Volume 1 will be dropping in the fall and November 26th of the fall. So this actually is going to be crazy. And then we find out that Volume 2 is going to be dropping on Christmas Day, but it gets better. Then Volume 3, the finale, is going to be dropping on New Year's Eve. I'm not going to lie, this year is going to be crazy. I literally had the chills watching Noah, Caleb, and Finn on stage playing like these tapes and just kind of going back with flashbacks and just showing how everything came to this leading moment. And the final tape was this. Literally such a brilliant idea, literally giving me chills. I feel like this was the perfect teaser, kind of just showing us the footing and everything, what's going on with Stranger Things Season 5 and what we can expect, really. And everybody, it's just so sad seeing the faces. Like, we see 11 in the trailer at a point, we see Joyce, we see Will, Hopper, we see Mike, everything. It's just seeing them older and everything, it just hits different. Literally chills watching this. Now, pushing forward to talk about what we seen, we see a shot of Joyce in like this barn, and we see, I want to say that's Robin behind Joyce alongside of Will behind her, and possibly I want to say that's Erica or someone. And then we see that new kid at the top, but I want to say that's the new kid, but the colors he's wearing is similar to like Holly Wheeler's colors that she's wearing, so people are thinking that's Holly Wheeler, but it's the kid with the glasses. I forget his name, but he's going to be like a new character in Stranger Things Season 5. So obviously something is trying to bust through this barn door, and they're locking the barn door, and Joyce has the axe, looking like Joyce from Stranger Things Season 1. It's so nostalgic to see that look back on Joyce with the iconic brown jacket. And we see Will in the back. It looks like he's looking up while everybody's looking straight, almost like he's possessed or something's going on where he's going into that trance, but I can be wrong. And I just think this right here is going to be them facing like a Demogorgon or possibly Vecna, some type of new creature, because we see eventually that this creature or whatever is trying to bust through this wooden barn door and is shaking the whole barn door. So obviously it's trying to get Joyce in this group. I just think this right here is probably going to be a very important scene, being that Will is next to his mother with Robin, so that's going to be very interesting. And then we see Holly Wheeler and Karen Wheeler, her mom, and they're looking like they're afraid, or they're looking at something that's happening in their home. And I want to say that this is going to be a scene that's connected to a scene that we seen in the behind the scenes with Holly Wheeler being filmed, where she was in like her room and the lights were flickering. I'm thinking that it's either going to be the vanishing of Jane Hopper or the vanishing of Holly Wheeler. Either way, it'll be crazy to see both of them go vanishing at a point, or just seeing one or the other. And I think that, you know, with Mike dealing with Will's vanishing, now it's his own sister, would be crazy. And I think that's what could potentially happen. But they have fear in their eyes, like something is going to happen, and you see the fear in Holly Wheeler's eyes, and I think she's going to play a big part at a point with Stranger Things Season 5. Now, moving on, we see Lucas sitting with Max, and she's like obviously in a coma still, or she's just on bed rest, and he has like a radio player that's next to her. I'm pretty sure that's going to be Kate Bush, because she has the cassette tape, probably just playing her favorite song to see if it's going to wake her up, because we know that that was actually just the way to get her out of the trance, by using the cassette tapes with the headphones. So maybe he's bringing that and just trying to get her woke with the Kate Bush Running Up the Hill song. I cannot wait to hear that song again. I'm pretty sure it's going to cameo in Season 5 somehow, some way. And we also see a picture, I'm going to say, yeah, that's actually Lucas and Max that he drew, that is taped behind her on a wall. And yeah, man, I think a lot of the scenes in the hospital are going to be very, you know, emotional, especially him talking to Max. And we saw that he was reading her books at the end of Season 4. So I think that it's going to be a lot of craziness, and possibly a lot of things that's happening that's going to be unexpected. Possibly, you know, Demogorgons could get in there eventually, some type of danger, because we know that the Upside Down is now on Earth and everything with Hawkins. We see actually Steve and Dustin looking up as as they're in an upside down or something. We saw a shot of them also in the behind the scenes in this same moment where Dustin still has the bruises on his face from when he got into it with the bullies, and we know the bullies going to be coming after him after everything that happened with Eddie Munson, anyone with Hellfire Club. So yeah, it's going to be something along that time frame, and maybe they're looking for something in the upside down that they need, maybe hunting down Vecna, Demogorgons, or maybe someone actually is took down there just like Will, the vanishing of whoever that's going to be a part of that, the caption vanishing of possibly Jane Hopper, possibly Holly Wheeler, who knows. But it's such a great thing to see Dustin and Steve Harrington back on screen together, just like the older seasons. And moving forward, we see 11 screaming her heart out with a nosebleed, so she's obviously trying to use her powers because she has a nosebleed. And we see her father Hopper trying to comfort her in the army suit. So I think that Hopper's going to be helping Hawkins kind of take down Demogorgons and any creatures that's out there in Hawkins, just helping them out, because you know that he's obviously, you know, used to be the chief and everything of Hawkins, so he has that skill and everything. But maybe it's going to be something where they're trying to use 11 to take down some creatures and it's hurting her. And I think during this scene it's like a alarm or siren or something playing, and it's like it's hurting her ears and she's screaming. So I don't know if she's dealing with something in this season where things are starting to connect to her and her past, or maybe it's something that Vecna's doing, but it looks like she's in a lot of pain. Her nose is bleeding. We see she has that same attire on we've been seeing from behind the scenes with Stranger Things. And yeah, it's going to be very interesting. And this was very interesting. Now, I don't know who these two is at the bottom. Maybe it's Erica and Lucas. I could see kind of like a skytop fade, but maybe I'm wrong. But this is actually crazy. It's like just a lot of like goo and ick, and then it looks like slime, and almost like it's like a nest. Maybe it's the nest for the Demogorgons. That's what I'm getting, because that little pink stuff looks like it can be like something towards like an egg or something. So maybe this is the nest where the Demogorgons are going or coming from, and something that's connected to Vecna and Upside Down, obviously. So this is massive, showing us that that budget is definitely shining in season 5. Like, look at this. This actually looks crazy, but I don't know who those two are down there. So a part of me, it looks like it can be Lucas and Erica, or Lucas is someone else, or it kind of looks like 11 a little bit, but I don't know. Either way, these two are in the upside down. We see 2 flashlights, so it's telling us that it's actually 2 people from Stranger Things season 5. Something's telling me that someone got took down there. I don't know who it is, but people are searching. They got the flashlights. It's kind of giving Stranger Things season 2 and, you know, later season 1 vibes where Will got took. And remember, we found eventually Will was in the upside down when Hopper found him. So that's the vibes it's giving, but this actually looks disgusting. So it's definitely something connected to the upside down. Then moving on, we see Mike. Then we see Joyce. I want to say that's Will in the back that she's holding, like comforting. And what's crazy about this is I think that Will's going to be possessed and working with Vecna, like I told y'all in previous videos. And maybe this is the end where they're trying to escape, and Will is in so much pain from being possessed with Vecna. He's losing energy. He's weak. And that's why Joyce is holding him up. We see these 3 new characters behind Mike. I don't know. I've seen the kid's face with the striped shirt a lot through the behind the scenes, but the other 2, I don't know. But it's so cool to see some new characters in Stranger Things season 5. But yeah, it looks like Will is in bad shape, and Mike is trying to protect the group, as we see. And then we see in like this like same area that a lot of the scenes are in, like, or like the military base. I want to say it's going to be the military base. We see a lot of soldiers or troops, and under the ground we see like red mist coming from under the ground, and a door being pushed up, or a panel, like almost like it's either Vecna or Demogorgons coming through the ground from the upside down, and they're going to go up against the soldiers. So this is probably the military base that they built in downtown Hawkins for the soldiers to protect the citizens of Hawkins. And yeah, it looks like it's about to end bad right here, where a lot of Demogorgons and creatures could potentially come out, because we see red, which is actually crazy, and it's like smoking. So every time I see red, I think of the upside down or Vecna, and we see another shot of him aiming down at us. So maybe it's a big creature. This right here gives me the vibes that it's going to be a big entrance to a creature that is going to have a big presence, and they're coming through the floor. That's the vibes I'm getting, but I can be wrong. But we see a lot of the soldiers aiming their weapons down at that area, and then we see Will actually screaming and saying run. Now we seen some behind the scenes of this earlier on in the year that someone had drove past and they heard him saying that. I'm thinking that Steve, I could be wrong, but I think Steve Harris is going to be in this scene. So maybe it's something where actually this is where he gets possessed. This is where that energy from Vecna and the Upside Down takes over Will fully, and that's why whoever he's with, he's like run. Either two things, because he knows he's finna go to possessed Will mode, or he can see and feel when danger is coming around, like, you know, Vecna or Demogorgon, so he's trying to warn his friends. Like I said, I think it was Steve Harrington that was going to be in this scene, but I can be wrong. And I think that, you know, Will's going to definitely have some possession involved with him, or at least some powers for sure. I think that's definitely going to happen in Stranger Things Season 5 with the character Will. He's going to play, you know, a big part in this season because it started with him and it's going to end with him. I think a big part of 11 also. And I think a lot of things are going to feel like how it was when Stranger Things first started, you know, with Season 1, Season 2. And we know that the Duffer Brothers said they're going back to square one with this season. And like I said, this scene when he's screaming and saying run is literally bone chilling. It is literally bone chilling, guys. Like, I'm not gonna lie. It's because it's like the acting right here is so elite from Noah Schnapp, and just the expression on his face, man. I cannot wait to see this scene. Like, he's literally screaming his heart out. And just what we got from this teaser trailer and this first look has me so ready. The fact that we're getting Stranger Things Season 5, hear me out, on Christmas Day and New Year's Eve, and then it's starting off in the fall of November 26th. Oh yeah, the back end of the year is going to be insane. I cannot wait, and I'm so glad they're actually spacing it out, giving people to like time to like woosah and gather themselves, because from the looks of this first look, it looks like it's going to get like that. But yeah, you all, with that being said, comment down below, how do you all feel about everything with Stranger Things Season 5? How do you feel about this first look, you all? Definitely comment down below. Make sure you smash the like button on your way out, and we will be live tomorrow, Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, talking more about the Stranger Things Season 5 first look. But with that being said, I want y'all to hit me up on all my social medias at ILIKESCARY, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.